Alright legends, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to run through quickly Esk8Con, my 2 cents worth a bit worth anything, and my bit of a trip and a bit of rundown on what'll happen for me. And yeah, straight up the bat, jumped on a plane Sunday morning and left for Vegas. Travelled with Scott Davies, took us 30 plus hours to get there. It was an epic journey from, obviously, I travelled from Melbourne a few days earlier to meet up with Scott, but it took us forever to get there. When we finally got to Vegas, it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. By the time we got to the hotel, it was 6, 7 o'clock. We'd been travelling, as I said, for 30 odd hours. We cracked into town, straight up the strip, had a beer, had a bit of food, and that was pretty much toast for Scott and I. Day 2, met up with Thomas B-Boy Stretch. Tom, thanks very much, mate. You're an awesome travel buddy, and awesome to hang out with you. Just talk crap, drink beer, skate, and have some fun. Met up with him in the morning, down at Denny's for breakfast, which was an epic extravaganza for me. Never been to Denny's, obviously, so everything in America was new to me. So this was a great start. Obviously, we went down to the track, had a little bit of a look at the track, and had a bit of a wander around. Thank you so much to Esk8Con for the lend of the Stella. Got me around town and stuff and had a blast on that. Obviously, and then we did a bit of a Fremont walk and just actually spent some time just relaxing, getting our bearings and just getting used to the joint. All right, day 3, awesome. Went down to M Boards, had a time of my life. Mike, James, Jacob, Joe, Maddie, Rose. We caught up with the whole family, whole crew. Down at M Boards, and Scott and I ended up doing a podcast. So let's wait until see that come out. Hopefully it's gonna be very cool. Then obviously Fabian from Onstra was there. John was all the way from UK. Did a little bit of skating out the front of the place. Saw my first FedEx truck do a delivery to M Boards, which was kind of cool because we always, in Australia we always see FedEx trucks like that, and they were a bit special for us. Met up also with Silent Ghost Reaper at M Boards. He was picking up the own boards for himself for the week and the racing and everything. And then on the way back, we went to Walmart, which I'd never been to a Walmart before. So Scott and Thomas B-Boy Stretch and I had a bit of a wander through Walmart, got some SIM cards for our phone, which was like $15 for, I don't know, 5 or 10 gig or something for a week, which was awesome, just enough to get us by. And then out to day 4, I met up with Eduardo from Transite. Transite were amazing. They bought 2 boards over, 2 rideable boards across country, and the all-wheel drive direct drive Roadster. And thank you so much for Eduardo and Transite Australia for getting over there in such a short time and giving this poor man a board to ride, which was just epic. Between Esk8Con and Transite, thank you guys so much for helping me out. So the crew, we met up with obviously at Eduardo, but we also met up with Drew Elliott, and Drew made up our final part of our wolf pack. Drew, Scott, Thomas B-Boy Stretch, and Eduardo and myself basically just hung out and spent the week together. So thanks to those guys. We found a place to have breakfast, a little bit off the strip, which was great coffee, more reminded me of home and stuff, so that was pretty cool. And just experienced all of Vegas with those lads. All right, so then we met up with the crew on Wednesday night for the Wednesday night bike ride, which was just epic ride. And then the crew that was left over, the Esk8 crew that was left over, we broke away at the end of the night and then just smashed a big car park, bombed around that, and just went out to some of the local areas where some of the crew from M Boards skate all the time, and it was just an epic ride. So the ride after the ride was just as good as the ride itself. The Wednesday night ride was just amazing. We got to ride straight through the side of Fremont Street, where all the chaos and the people were and all the lights. So that was really something different, something I wasn't expecting. And I can't believe these guys do the Wednesday night ride every week. Anyway, that was awesome. Then on to day 5. Now day 5 for me was the day that my Esk8 world had changed and has changed forevermore. Red Rock Canyon for me was one of the most amazing places I've ever been, and you may see from a video, I still don't think it does it justice. Red Rock was one of those places where, as a human being, not just as a skater, but as a human being, the enormity of it, how insignificant you really are in the world. It sort of expresses the reality of our place in the world and how we can make a difference, but we're only a small piece of it. So it really changed my perspective on a hell of a lot of things, and I'm already making some changes in my life after that. Made me think about a lot of things, and I'm so grateful for that ride because as a human being and as an e-skater, it's changed me a little bit, and those sort of rides make an impact for life. So I'm so grateful to everybody who came along for the Red Rock Canyon ride. All the crew was there, all the YouTubers that I know and we all love on the socials were all there. And it was just such an epic ride. And if you weren't there, you need to get there for the next year's one, because I'm going to say it's probably going to be bigger. And we had a little bit of an incident with some sheriffs, which was kind of cool, something different. We deal with authority down here in Australia all the time, so it was kind of interesting to see that happen over there. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Day 6, we got onto the racing, so there was qualifying on day 6. Obviously, you all know that I had a bit of a bomb out. I crashed in qualifying, hurt my heel, and that sort of stamped me out for the racing moving forward. But on qualifying day, that night we went out and did the strip ride, the Saturday night strip ride. So I was so lucky enough to just hang back a little bit back in the crowd. Felt really nervous, I've got to say, being from Australia and seeing how police treat e-skaters or scooter riders and PEV riders here. Seeing a cop car or a police car out on the road really gave me some uneasy feelings, made me really nervous, and I must admit it was very different. We see in here and we all get twisted up in the guts and think, oh no, we're going to get booked or something crazy is going to happen. Over there, they actually tried to move and try and keep everyone safe and tried to move everybody into a certain lane. And then the group got split up, and then we lost some of the control that the bike riders were trying to block lanes and give us some freedom. So that was a bit wild. Fabian and I had a moment. One of the summerboard riders was over there. He blasted through an intersection thinking that it was stopped, and a taxi came out of the middle of nowhere and tried to eat him alive. And yeah, it was pretty epic. One of the biggest rides I think I've ever been on. It was so surreal and so different, but it was amazing for the experience. I'm not sure how often or whether they're going to keep doing this in years to come, but I'm definitely glad I did it once. Would have been better with a smaller, more controlled group for me. I like a smaller group, but those big group rides like that, maybe there's I can't believe how well it worked, but there was a little bit of disconnect between the back of the group and the front of the group for me, which made it a little bit chaotic. But anyway, there was a bit of traffic, and in Vegas I've learnt that if cars are driving on the road, if they're not driving like idiots, there's a high probability they could be pissed or something like that. Or, yeah, I shouldn't say that, but high probability something's going on. And they don't drive safe. A lot of the drivers in the middle of the strip in Vegas were not the safest drivers around. They were trying to push the group apart, trying to break up the group, trying to move into you, encroach on you. So there was some wild drivers out there. So it made it a little bit interesting. So just if you're ever going to do the ride, be careful and keep your wits about you. Don't have a few drinks and go out and do the ride. Go in there clean and hit it and have fun. Day 7 for us was the final race day, and it was amazing. I've seen riders now that I never thought I'd see live. Some of these guys on these stooge boards, they make them move. And there was some guys out there that really blew me away. Obviously Drew Elliott, first time ever racing in novice, came in second place. Never put on the racetrack. Obviously I'm pro my crew, so the boys did really well. And James from M Boards did exceptionally well, pushed up to the pro class and was out there on the M Boards endurance and actually just belted it. He did such a good job and showed everybody that, yeah, you can make pro class on a factory built board or a production board, and just did an exceptionally awesome job. And James, shout out brother, you did amazing, and you were up against some stiff competition. So it will be interesting to see how M Boards and Esk8Con modify the race format for next year. There's joke already. They're going to have pro class and then they're going to have Morgan Brady class, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, this is just my wrap up, and after all the fun and frivolity finished, Monday we had a bit of a cruisy day. Got some boards organised. Transite organised his boards to come home. We just bloused around, had some food, and just got ourselves relaxed. And Tuesday I made the journey home, so we had 3 or 4 a.m. start, Scott and I, back to the airport again in Vegas, and then we did a couple of bounces. We had Vancouver for about 12-hour layover, but it was pretty good. We just edited videos, and Scott was lucky enough to get me into the lounge, so we just cruised in the lounge and had some food and a few drinks and coffees and stuff, and edited the videos, and away we went. So it was pretty cool. Then back on to Brisbane after going through the Vancouver leg, off to Brisbane, and then I had a 6-hour layover in Brisbane before I flew back to Melbourne. So I think my day was about 40 hours straight of traveling and layovers, but it was nice to be home. Would I do those big layovers and those big transits again? Absolutely. Esk8Con 23 was so awesome, so epic, great people, food, drinks, socializing, riding with some amazing people, great locations, so much fun. And the plans are underway for 2024 already. Got the boss and the kids, they're all pumped. They're happy to let me go again. So I'm not sure whether it's going to be an annual thing but for me, but I'm hoping that it could be. I had so much fun in 2023 Esk8Con. Loving it. 2024 is going to be even bigger. I think they said it was 3 times the size from 22 to 23. Now from 23 to 24, I'm assuming that it's going to be at least double. People who didn't get to go, there's already been lots of chit chat, so disappointed, wish I could have been there. Start prepping now, get yourselves organised. I think there's already prelim dates. Now, bear with me for 2 seconds. All right, so there's already a rumour that 23rd, 24th of March 2024 will be the dates. They're potentially going to do a Friday, so it could be 22nd, 23rd and 24th. Yet to be decided or yet to be confirmed. These dates are just speculative at the moment. Speculative is one of those big words that I come out with. Speculative at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be around that time. So start prepping your holidays, start getting your timing sorted out, start saving your coins, because you're not going to want to miss this. It's going to be bigger than ever before. I know that in speaking with Fabian from Onsra, I believe he might have a tent there next year, but he's definitely going to be racing, so that's going to be cool to have Fabian there. I know there's talk of having an Australian tent there. I've even heard that then maybe the boys from E-Cruise might be there, so yeah, there's some news coming for E-Cruise as well, so stick with that because there's a lot of news, a lot of local news happening at the moment as well. So just keep up the tabs, but if there is going to be a Australian tent, I'll let you know about it here. Hopefully I'll be the first one to share that with you, but that'll be very cool if we can get Transite, maybe full send electric, who knows, maybe E-Cruise. We'll see what we can do. You never know, Baja Board may get over there as well. You just never know what's going to happen for next year. So stick with the channel. Remember to subscribe, like, and ring the bell, do all those sorts of things, because you never know what I can come up with or what possibly may be going on. Now, the other news that I've got, obviously I've got the Hellcat. It's here, it's with me. I am pleased to know, or pleased to tell you, that the next videos coming out will be of the Hellcat, and I am so stoked to be able to share this with you. But just remember, this board was built for me with some slight modifications and some tweaks and some special bits and pieces. I know the production model is going to be a little different than the one I've got. Mine was particularly made with me in mind and for some of the racing and stuff in mind. So it's going to be epic. I love this board. It's so nice. All right, anyway, on that note, stay upright, keep smiling. Esk8Con 2024, we're coming at you, and I can't wait. You!